Jesus Trilogy, Book 1, The Four Messiahs, Chapter 31. Come with me. First she felt a hand on his shoulder. He turned and saw the most beautiful being he had ever seen. Fear gripped him. The angel was about 8 feet tall, with a gleaming white coat bordered with 3 bands of gold, or was it? It looked like gold, but it was clear. He couldn't believe his eyes. He'd never seen such an element. Come, Bershie, I want you to meet someone. How did the man know his name? Percy reluctantly took the angel's outstretched hand. Then he saw it. The angel's eyes were those of purple fire. Percy was entranced by the eyes. Walk with me, the angel commanded. Okay, but where are we going? Percy asked. I'm taking you to meet our king. What's his name? Percy was losing his fear as they began to walk faster. Jesus, Geron said. Suddenly Bershie was not walking, he was flying. I'm flying, he thought out loud. We must hurry, that you may meet our king, Geron said. Bershie still couldn't get over the purple fire. Then he realized they were not alone. All 25 in the little clan of shepherds were flying, each with an angel at his or her side. Their little camp was about 5 miles south of Bethlehem on a little road they knew like the back of their hand. They were suspended about 25 feet above that road, lit as if noonday by the brilliance of the angels. Mom, look, I'm flying. Jabbar had picked out his mother among the other 24 neo-angels being escorted by the real thing. As they flew north, they heard more singing. O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. As they rose up over the last hill, they looked skyward to discover the source of the music and saw it was coming from the patch of even brighter light situated over the south end of Bethlehem. As they neared the light, they realized it was not a light at all, but angels singing. Gloria in excelsis Deo. The 25 had never heard this song either, but they sang along anyway. Slowly their speed decreased. They now were hovering. Dad, look, we are suspended in space, Jabbar said to his father, who was holding the hand of a nearby angel. Jabbar suddenly let go and did a little spin, then he began to free fall like a rock toward the earth. The angel who had been holding his hand dove with lightning speed and called to Jabbar, Take my hand. Jabbar reached out and grabbed hold of the strong hand. His fall was broken just a foot above the cobblestone road. Sorry, Jabbar said sheepishly. Don't let go again. We mustn't keep our king waiting. Then Jabbar looked down. The singing had softened, but there was still a sweet orchestral sound coming from their left. They turned and saw a choir of young angels singing, Silent night, holy night. As they peered through the bright central lights, they saw him. A tiny baby was lying on his back on a bed of hay, and he was staring up at them, the hint of a smile on his little round face. Jabbar could see perfectly through the corner window. There was a smile on his little face. Jabbar was sure of it. He had never seen a tiny newborn smile. He would ask his mother later if such a thing was possible. Would you like to meet your king? Geron asked. Yes. Suddenly the 25 were standing at the back door of the stable. A fanfare of trumpets startled them. Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the King of the Ages. A taller angel was standing near the stable door, his hand outstretched to them. First she caught sight of the deep blue fire in his eyes. Go ahead, Geron urged. Go meet your king. Percy had led the little band of 25 through the door. Baby Jesus was lying in a blue blanket on the stable floor with Mary lying next to him, her arms cradling his head. Joseph was seated on the other side, gently stroking Mary's beautiful long hair. Geron said, we're to meet a king, our king. Percy was looking directly at Joseph, thinking he was the king. This is your king. His name is Jesus, Mary said, staring at her precious child. Percy looked down at the pink baby in the blue blanket and was stunned. The baby's eyes met his, and there was a golden fire in his eyes. It was far more intense than Geron's, despite the tiny eyes. Percy suddenly and inexplicably realized this was no ordinary baby. He immediately knelt and kissed the feet of the little baby Jesus. All 24 others in the party followed Percy's lead, kneeling and kissing the feet of their king. Jabbar was the last one to kiss the baby, but instead of kissing Jesus' feet, he boldly went up and kissed his forehead. They all went back to the stable aisle. They could see the doorway, and suddenly a bright spiral light descended through the window. It nearly blinded the little band, but as their eyes adjusted, they saw it was not a band of light at all. It was a procession of angels. Each one passed over the baby, hovered, and kissed him on the forehead. They then flew out in another spiral through the opposite window. As this procession took place, the sweet music continued. Silent night, holy night, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Florence and Victor were kneeling together in another corner. They now realized what had just happened. They took each other's hand and bowed their heads. As they did so, Geron went over and placed glowing halos on each of their heads. Chester continued to stare over the rail, but made no sound. As Percy noticed the baby's eyes were now closed, Geron beckoned him and the other 24 outside, where Gabriel, the angels with the blue fire eyes, was standing guard. Percy now noticed the huge sword, maybe 20 feet in length, raised high in Gabriel's huge right hand. Percy thought, no one will hurt that baby. He is our king. Geron, reading Percy's thoughts, added, he is the king of the universe. Take my hand. Yes, sir, Percy said, grabbing it firmly. They rose slowly into the night sky with the other 24 and their angel escorts. Suddenly they heard a trumpet fanfare and the majestic tones of a massive pipe organ situated on a golden pedestal nearby. And from the grand spiral winding down to earth and back toward heaven there came the sound of a huge angelic choir, at least 1,000,000 strong, singing, Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. As the little group descended to their tents, the music built to a crescendo unlike any ever heard on earth. Percy and the others joined the millions, praising the King of the ages. Abdallah couldn't sleep. He had tossed and turned all night. The events of the day kept his mind churning. What should the three now do? Most assuredly old Herod would go after this new king. Then who would protect him? Would he have food? Would he have money to raise an army? Where on earth was he? Did he even exist? The scrolls said so, and this star verified the fact. And Herod was really nervous. Was the king in the star, or was the star there to point him out? Surely Herod or his courtiers had seen the star. It was the brightest star in all the sky. No one could miss it, could they? Herod's soldiers would follow the star too and take the king captive or maybe kill him. That would be the end of that. Unthinkable. The star must be a sign from heaven. Surely the God of heaven, Abdullah's God, would protect the new king. In the next room, Nahor was also sleeping fitfully. Ching Lin, however, slept like a rock. Ab kept tossing and turning, up to the bathroom, up to the kitchen, then back to bed. He tried to think of his beautiful woman back in Tashkent, but his mind kept wandering back to this king. He looked out the window to see early the beginning of dawn. The eastern star was still there, but brighter now. Suddenly Abdullah sat up. The star was changing shape. There were rays emanating from it in all directions. He noticed that one of the rays was beginning to spiral and gradually descend toward Earth. The spiral now went out of his view below the sill, so he jumped up, went to the window, and watched its further descent to the south of the city. Bethlehem, he whispered to himself. Out of Bethlehem shall he come. Nahor, Nahor, wake up. He ran into the other room. Get up and come over to my window. Nahor looked at Ab, sleep in his eyes. What time is it? Then he too saw the light outside. He sat straight up in bed. Ab had already run into the Chinaman's room. Chinaman, get up. shook Jing Lin. What is it? Can't you see I'm sleeping? Jing said. Get up now. Jing dutifully sat up and rubbed his eyes. Ab led him into the other room where Nahor was already staring out the window, mouth agape. Why did you get me? Jing's voice screeched to a halt. His slanted eyes widened as never before. The three stared speechless at the sight of the glorious star and its double helix, spiraling down to earth and back up to heaven. Lin spoke first. We must go see the new king. The other two finally came to their senses and hurriedly started dressing. It is the king, Abdullah. You were right, Nahor said. Never doubt me again, Ab said. Come on, you two. Hurry or we'll miss the king. I came too far to miss this. The three grabbed their coats and ran out to their camels. Wait, Nahor said. The gifts. I'll get them, Ching Lin said. You get saddled up. Come on, let's go before the star disappears. Nahor was staring skyward as he spoke. He marveled at how, before his very eyes, the star became brighter and brighter. Look, Chinaman, it's developing a point, Nahor said. I see, Ching said. Come on, Ab. Ab finally came through the door, but tripped on the step and fell flat on his face. Ab, you all right? Ching knelt to help the spread-eagled Ab. I'm fine. You must be hurt, Ching sympathized. Just my bum ankle. Nahor came over and with one arm helped Ab to his feet. There you are, you old buzzard. Let's go. Ab now looked up. There, he pointed. The huge double helix was now more brilliant than the star from which it emanated. It far outshone the full moon now low in the western sky. Hurry, it's pointing to the king, or at least where he is. Nahor picked up the gifts and slung them over his camel. Ab took a step and winced. I don't know if I can make it. You go on ahead. There was keen disappointment in his voice. Come on, old man. We've come 2,000 miles for this moment. We're all three going to see this king. Nahor helped Ab swing onto the camel, then gave the beast a swift kick. The awkward animal rose from the sitting position, rear legs extending first, followed by the front ones. Let's go, old girl, Ab said. The three headed down the narrow road, went through the checkpoint, and headed south, urging their three gangly yet graceful camels onward.